Morning, happy, still technically summer, but leaves are starting to cover the lawns. The locked here, strap down there, tied down there. All right, so today is Saturday, 9/13, September 13th. Great.
This year, just off of his training.
Again. Let's lower that. Belt up here for safety. Alright, we're gonna have all these messages. Traffic alert. Yes, we want to go back into tow haul. Still have this tire pressure sensor fault and trailers connected. Okay, well, let's lower this here. It's pretty early, we don't need a lot of air there. Okay. Alright. Tire pressure fault's getting taken care of tomorrow. Monday. 9:30, 68 degrees is time and temp. September 13th, my mother's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. Got a fresh injury here. Just, it's an interesting cap on that truck. Jeez. It's ugly. But I wonder if it serves some kind of functional purpose. I mean, I guess all caps do, but... Here's the talking. We got some work going on over here. What they're doing. All right. Today, was our daughter stood up in the crib for the first time, so I had to lower the mattress, and stop there. We got the long trailer. And we're good to go. Oh boy. Stood up in the first time with the crib and lowered the mattress, and one of the held in together with like Allen keys, which is fine. They're more like bolts with an Allen, but you have to use an Allen key with the angle. I guess you could get like one of those funky angle adapter, but one of them I didn't realize came stripped. So it was in there stripped at the adjustment point, which is wonderful. So, and of course it's the last one I looked at, did 3 of the 4. Fourth one always is the problem. What I did there was it was actually used as a standard size. I forget what size it was, but I sized up in the metric size, which I had like a half a size up on the metric end. So that worked to kind of fill, because it was just kind of spinning because it was stripped, and that filled it, and I was able to get it into the next hole. Now we wanted to do that before her nap, but obviously the best course of action is to just replace it, because you don't want to have to go through it again when you have to adjust it. There's like 3 different adjustments, so she's on like the middle now. You have to adjust it some point further. Anyway, that was that. It has nothing to do with landscaping. I'm just talking why we got the late start this morning. That should have taken me, I don't know, 2 minutes. It was like 4 bolts, but that turned into a whole ordeal, and I was able to jerk it off. Jesus, Michael. Was able to it took a lot more force than it should have to try and break that through with the wrong size, if that makes sense. And that jerked the crib into my open coffee, so I'm down a half a coffee mug, which is all over the wood floor, and just got a little carpet in there, and cleaning that up, and then oh my god, that was our fun this morning. And it's already 9:30, and geez, going down to the Mayapack lawns today. Yesterday I moved those lawns that I usually do Monday, Tuesday. I usually do them Mondays. Last week actually I did do them Tuesday. I'm all over the place. I usually do them every other Monday. Last week I did them on Tuesday. I was going to do them Monday this week, but we just have a lot going on in the family. Sisters do any day, and just want to be able to, like, if, you know, I don't want to sit down and not do anything, so let me push things ahead while I can. Those lawns, what was I going to talk about? Those lawns, what was I going to say about those lawns? Those lawns are now done. What was I going to say? Oh my gosh, I can't remember anything. This is not a good day for me. Not a good day at all for remembering. Anyway, whatever. Those lawns now I don't need to like worry about for a while because they were already flag at half mast there. Rest in peace, Charlie. Those were already cut twice this month, and normally they only get cut twice a month. They're already cut twice this month, and we're not even halfway through the month. So they will have, oh jeez, look at the fucking, let me lower this and put this on me, because I'm sure there's gonna be a cop over here. We have the, police right here. We have the, what do you call this? The, Stormville Flea Market. But if you guys can see, East Fishkill runs. They mostly run. They're like us, exclusive, like dodging around. These people sell things. There's gonna be another cop up here at this entrance, so I'll put this phone down. But they run. They've got like some lifted Ram police pickup trucks, which is kind of cool. Wow. Oh, no police here? Interesting. Usually they have somebody set up over here. But anyhow. But like I said, I'm all over the place this morning. I apologize for that. Those ones are now done twice. They're gonna be done 3 times this month, which is how the days falls. Like if you, like the first mow was on the 2nd, and if you mow every other week and you start on like the 1st or 2nd day of the month, sometimes the 3rd day of the month, it just works out that you have 3 mows that month, and it just, it is what it is, because you'll hit like basically you'll hit like the 1st and last day of the month and one of the days in the middle. That's how you get the 3 days a month. All these locals are selling stuff. So that was that. I gotta remember not to come back this way, but I don't know which way I want to come back. Problem is if I go back the other way, that takes a lot more time, and there's generally not like traffic here. It's just like annoying. You got people here, Range Rover with a spare tire cutting in front of a truck. This guy's definitely from the city. Yep. Now, what are you doing? I don't know. Looking ahead. What was I gonna say with the mower though? Oh, you know what I want to talk about? I want to see if there's a test kit out there, because I did something stupid. This is what I want to talk about in this video. I did something stupid. I have one of my small little gas cans. They're on your phone. Oh, I guess on my. It's a cyclist on their phone and not paying attention. I'm just holding my phone and keeping my eyes on the road though. They are texting while biking. That's fun. I had purchased one of my small gas cans as my mixed gas can, right? So I go to fill it, and I always put a gallon in. It's a 1.25 gallon can, which is perfect because I could have a little bit of gas left over, always fill it for a gallon, put exactly 1 gallon in there. I always start off by pumping that. That's how I do it. And then put one of those 50 to 1 little bottles in there, for the premix, the oil gas mix. Let's see what these guys are making. And this guy says he's turning. Do we believe him? We do. Wait for him to start turning before you make this turn onto this. People do 65 to 70 on this. It's crazy. So I do that, and then I fill up the rest of, fill up my regular gas, 5-gallon thing of gas. I fill up the mowers, whatever. I don't remember if I put in a 50 to 1 oil mix in there. I don't remember if I did it. I think I did. So I don't want to put another one there, because that would not be good. It looks somewhat dark in there, as if there's oil mix in there. But I wonder if I can buy like a little test strip that'll tell me the ratio. Like, there's gotta be something like that, right? So, and I feel like that'll kind of be good to have in the garage if I buy, like, I don't know, 10 of those test strips, or they come in like a little 10-pack or something. I feel like that'll be good to have on hand in case you forget, or like if there's ever a case where you're trying to, like, I don't really recommend this, but if you're trying to like top off what you have and you're just trying to like put in a little at a time, I don't know. But that's kind of what I want to talk about, is the oil gas mix. And I usually, guys are going to say, well, if you just have it in the truck, right? If you have it in the truck, put it in as you pump. That way you did it. And that's a great thing. I didn't have any in the truck. I had some at home. I can't remember. I believe the first thing I did when I got home was to put some in. But I want to basically like double check that, because I also don't want to fill up. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, pretty sure I did, and then fill the machines. I had filled the machines up. This guy's making a right turn here. I gotta make a right after him. Slow down. Package pavement. I just want to. I don't want to. So like I had my like trimmers, blowers, etc. filled. I filled those up before I filled the fuel. So like I topped them off before getting fuel. But now like pretty soon they're gonna need to be filled up, and I don't want to fill them up if I didn't put it in and then run the wrong ratio through them, and potentially damage their fuel systems, or even if you just have to drain it out, like that's annoying. I just replaced fuel lines and fuel filters in the blower. Yes, the blower, right? Yes, the blower. So that's all new. I don't want to mess any of that up. So I don't know, just kind of thinking out loud. Monday, this truck is going in for service. It's my late work day anyway. Like I said, sometimes I mow those ones that I just did that Monday. That's why one of the reasons why I moved it to Friday. Could have bumped it to Tuesday too, but I just want to get it over with, like I said before. We're getting this tire pressure sensor taken care of. I meant to call them. Maybe I'll call them today to like verify. I'm sure they have those on stock. It's so annoying. They're not near me, and it's so annoying to have them like, I don't know, whatever. I'm gonna tell them to like just hold it till Tuesday if they can't get a sensor, and get a sensor overnight, because I don't want to keep making trips down. Dealer I use, actually, honestly, any dealer's a half hour away from me. There's one like, I don't know, maybe 25 minutes. And the one I use is 30. because I have a better relationship with them. I think they're better, especially their service department. You know, sales, I'm sorry, anybody can sell you a car. You could try and have all these dealers price match each other or beat each other in price, whatever. But when it comes to service, it's, you know, it's a relationship with you know, whatever, with the shop, with the dealer, with whoever you use, and, you know, oh, I don't need this right away. Make it your last priority. They love that. And when you're in a bind, instead of waiting 2 weeks for an appointment, we'll get it in. We'll have you cut the line. You know, don't tell anybody, but that kind of deal. So, anyway, I'm gonna wrap up this video because I've been rambling. But that's day in the life vlog, 9/13/2025. We're looking ahead to fall. I need to send stuff out for clients or get in contact with clients about fall pricing, etc. I got in contact with one yesterday, one of the ones that I do, and I actually usually don't get her to sign up for fall cleanups. But I talked to her, kind of sold. Actually, let me talk real quick. I know we're already 16 minutes into this video. Like I've explained this in the past, but just if this was one of your first videos watching, what I do is I'm not even high on the fall cleanup prices, but what I do is I'm like not the cheapest, basically. And I tell you, look, here's what I do. I'll give you a fall cleanup. It's usually a once. Sometimes if it's a big property, I'll come twice in November, right? So just backtrack. We mow up until end of October. So let's just say Halloween. Mow to Halloween. Okay? Then once we get into the month of November, it's just fall cleanups. Do those throughout the month of November. Like I said, you're getting hit once or twice. If it's a big property, we actually start you early. So you'll be in like the first week or two of November. Get you knocked out. I tell everybody I do a 90% job. They're building out, that's sick. For this farmhouse over there. Expect about a 90%. You're never going to get all the leaves, okay? I don't care what anybody tells you. They say they will, then a few might fall or blow onto the property. We do about a 90% job in the fall, okay? So, and I say, you know, listen, we'll blow out the garden beds, but it's actually okay if there's a few leaves in the garden beds. They'll help retain moisture. You don't want them flooded with leaves. That'll create mold breakdown. You don't want that. But if like a very small layer, a few in there, they'll help retain moisture. They're going to break down on them their own, and that'll act as a natural fertilizer for the plants over the winter. Okay, so that's kind of what I tell them there. I give them one price for fall. Tell them, listen, let's just say we'll just use $500, right? $500 for your cleanup. But that includes fall cleanup, mow, just blow everything. We do not haul away, so you have to have a wood line that we blow into. Blow back, try and blow like 10 feet into the wood line. I get all the way into the wood line edge, and I'll use the equipment to blow as far as we can into the wood line. Okay, never had really an issue with it blowing back, because we can get these people's wood lines are like this. You blow stuff in there. You have brush and stuff that are going to hold it back from blowing back. It's not like a wide open field where it can just blow back, or wide open grass where it can just blow back, you know. That price also includes a spring cleanup for the following year. So we're in 2025 now, so that'll include a 2026 spring cleanup upon commitment of you renewing your lawn maintenance contract for the year. So if they renew, say, yes, I want another year with you, bam, they get a fall. So if you have to do a combo of everything, you have to get a fall cleanup the previous year, or the current year, say you're going to renew, make sure you renew for the next year. We'll throw in a complimentary spring cleanup. That just includes, picking up small, when I say small branches, I mean like sticks, twigs, anything that blows back. Sometimes there's some debris, whatever. Take care of that. Usually I kind of I might give a first mow when it doesn't need a mow. I think it cleans it up nice. It just gets everything kind of going through the mower, mulch it down, break it down. Usually that's kind of how I do it. And then, you know, like I said, it doesn't need a mow yet. That could be like early, it could be even late March, very early, like first week or two of April. We don't normally start mowing full time until like April 15th. Obviously, it always depends upon how the season falls out with the winters and whatever, when it starts warming up, when the last frost is, blah, blah, blah. Now, we make it very clear that complimentary spring cleanup does not include storm damage. You have a downed tree, you have even a big branch, you have a big branch coming across, you have something like that, you know, we're not, that's going to be extra. Okay. We make that very clear. Nobody's ever really given us a hard time for that. But that's how we work. And then we also get the last 10% of the leaves that are either like in the garden beds, got trapped somewhere. Maybe they blew in a pool deck area that's fenced in or something. Obviously clean that up. But that's how I do it. We're you know, I guess behind in the game to get it, but everybody's behind here compared to the rest of the country. Everybody's like, you know, you listen to like a Brian's Lawn Maintenance and whatever, they're getting contracts out. The commercial guys are ahead, but you know, nobody here wants to think of fall until now. You know, they don't even want to think of winter until, you know, late October. They're like, why are you talking about this? It's, you can explain, oh, we got to get you locked in, there's so many spots, let's get. They don't really want to commit until it's close, but that's just how it is here. Everywhere's different, obviously, but anyway, I'm gonna leave you with that, how we do fall cleanups as we prepare for them. Got our first one, like, quote unquote, signed on. I know that there's some that I have that are always a lock. And then last thing I'll tell you is prepping for plow season. You want to make sure, and I'm sure I'll say this again when we talk about plowing, you want to make sure you get those clients to have any overgrowth that is hanging over their driveways. You want cleaned up, pushed back off the driveway. I have one client where I don't even know how he's got nice cars. He's got, all their cars are luxury cars. And there's barely enough room for a car to get through without scratching the sides, and he always keeps the cars very nice. So I'm like, I don't know why he hasn't. I gotta talk to him about cutting all that stuff back. No matter what, I will not plow it if it's not cut back. I don't have to worry. He's fine for that. But you know, if you have you know, that situation, even if you don't plow, it's nice to use that as like a little extra money. Hey, noticed everything's starting to grow over your driveway. You want me to cut things back? Oh, that'd be great. You know, give them a price. Bam, done. But anyway, we are 23 minutes. This is gonna be a very long video. I really apologize, guys. Everybody have a great rest of your weekend. I'm trying to get these videos uploaded. I'm exactly 2 months behind. So I'm currently now working on stuff it's mid-September. I'm working on mid-July stuff, so I'm trying to get everything out for you guys as quickly as I can. I apologize for that, but everybody have a great rest of your weekend, and happy almost fall.